It's Matt LeGrand, and I am here on the wonderful ARROYO show.
Come on in, you guys. Welcome to the show. This is the ARROYO show. My name is Brandon Arroyo. If it's your first time here, please give it a thumbs up and a subscribe. What a guest we have for you today. Just dropped a new music video for All Good Tato Bien. Thank you so much for joining us. Matt LeGrand, how are you?
Absolutely. I'm doing fantastic. It's a beautiful time here in Chicago. It's a beautiful time in my career. I'm so excited to talk about the new single and the new EP coming out on Friday. So thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. I mean, Chicago right now, as we talk, it is almost the end of November. So as the weather starts to get a little colder, perhaps being inside a little more and having some music to listen to is a good thing. So let's talk about the new music video. It's coming out, just dropped. What was your thought process when making the music video, and how stoked are you just to have this out there?
Yeah, absolutely. Thankfully, we got everything done prior to the lockdown, so I'm very fortunate to have it all done and that it's finally out. And All Good was my first single, actually. Back in 2017, I released it.
Wow.
And that wasn't with any features or anything on it. And this time around, with coming with the EP, we decided to put some Latin features. Why not spice it up, you know?
Absolutely.
So we found with the help of my manager Bryant, we found Once, and they were just kind of at the birth of that reggaeton with Looney Tunes and Daddy Yankee and all them. And we were just so fortunate that they were able to hop on and do the music video as well. We shot it in Miami. It's got a very, very, very Latin feel. I'm excited to just get into the whole Latin community. I love that community so much. They just embrace with every bit of their heart and soul. And I'm just so excited to be a part of it.
So to be working, obviously, with, a Puerto Rican reggaeton individuals, that's just, there's so much funk and so much heart in that music. What was it like for you to just, be connecting and being able to create with a duo that you hadn't necessarily worked with before?
Yeah, absolutely. I think meeting them, it was just such an eye-opening experience to just a completely different culture. And we just had so much fun. Like, thankfully they speak English really well, but we had so much fun of, you always want to learn new languages, especially like, the swear words and all that. They were teaching me all that, like behind the door and all that. They were like, hey, say this, say that. I'm like, no. We were having just a lot of fun, like joking around like that. Again, just the Latin and Hispanic community is just so incredibly loyal and just so much heart and passion in everything they do. And I couldn't be more happy to be with, people that are at the staple of that reggaeton music. So.
There's nothing quite like learning languages from individuals, and you don't necessarily know all the words you're saying, but you're in a city especially where the majority of people in the city will understand what you're saying. I don't know, that would make me a little bit nervous. Matt, you have so much great stuff coming up, though, in the next couple of weeks here, releasing the long-awaited self-titled EP November the 27th. Talk to me about just the build-up and the wait, because there's just a feeling when the project is done and you're waiting for it to be released where it's like, oh, I just want to see what's going to happen once it's out there. I want to get it out there. How are you feeling in these weeks, in these days before it gets released?
Yeah, this has been 4 or 5 years in the making. This has been a long process to get a collection of music out. And it's been a lot of development and artist development and going through the grind and learning new things. And I'm so incredibly grateful that it's finally at a point, even in the middle of a pandemic, that it's still able to come out. And there was a time when I thought just like none of this was even going to touch the surface, but you have to go through all those steps and all those points and continue to work hard. And one day, which for me is Friday, you will have, a collection of music to be out into the world. And to be honest, man, I'm happy to get it out of my hands and put it in the people's hands, because I want people to enjoy it, and that's why I do this. Is just for people that love music and that love listening to it. So.
I mean, you talk about that journey and just how long it's been. A long time coming to have this music come out. Your journey is just one that's so interesting in general. I mean, you spent some of your earliest years in France, correct?
Yep.
Talk to me about that, and just how did you end up starting out in France and then coming to Chicago? What's your story there?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was born in Chicago, and when I was 2 months old, I moved to a small village right outside of Paris. And my dad was French, so we moved there to be closer to his family. And I spent 6 years there, so French was my first language. So I teach people bad words in French as well.
It works both ways there.
Yeah, exactly. I understand where the Spanish guys were coming from. So French was my first language, and when I came back here, I was 6 years old, and I went to like a French American kind of immersion school, and I needed to learn English. So I learned English, and then I was kind of Americanized. I started gaining a lot of weight, and
the portions are a little bigger out here.
Yeah, just a little bit bigger. I think the moment I knew I was in America was when I saw Burger King. that was the moment.
That's the official one. You know, I found it interesting that there are certain parties that will happen at European colleges where they will call them America parties, and they'll wear basketball jerseys and drink out of red Solo cups. And for whatever reason, to them, that is what the American vibe is. It's just basketball jerseys and red Solo cups.
Oh, yeah. When you start like traveling around the world, it's great to see what other countries like think your country is about. You know, it's fantastic. I love it.
Well, the music has been coming out for you. There's been a couple of different singles that people can go check out right now. They can check out 12 a.m. They can check out I've Been Watching You. Both of those, go ahead and stream them, listen to them, take them all in as you get ready for the EP to get released. Going to be coming out in just a couple of days now. For you, what is the feeling like, and what is the process like when you are creating music? How do you like to do it? I know some people like to be off by themselves. Some people work better in groups. What's your process like?
Yeah, it's a really strange process. I think I kind of just let things flow. I never try to force things too much. And if it's a collaboration, I let that flow. If it's something that I'm just creating on my own, I let that flow. It's really such a process that it can't be forced, at least for me. And with a lot of these songs on the upcoming EP, they were collaboration, and that's like one of my favorite things to do. And each person had a specific part, and it was just beautiful how the sound just came about. And I also tried new things as well, which I think is very essential to the process as well. Is not being afraid to just step out of your comfort zone. So there's just so much on this EP that. I mean, there's acoustic, there's R&B, there's reggaeton, there's, just straight up dance pop. Like, it's very, very diverse. And I come to my process with an open mind and just a very, very diverse kind of way of thinking about things. And that's where I kind of try to convey through my music.
Matt, as we release this interview, it will officially be the day of the release of the self-titled EP. So, as we are now having that EP out there, give that final elevator pitch, that last 30 seconds of why people should take that final step and go check out the EP.
Oh my goodness, it's out. All right, this is Matt LEGRAND here. My EP is officially out. You should go listen to it because I've put just about every bit of myself into it. Hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, on and off the court, whatever you want to call it. I hope you enjoy it. This is from me to you. Enjoy the Matt LEGRAND EP. Thank you so much for checking it out, and have a beautiful day.
From France to Chicago to the world, the music is now officially released. Matt, before we let you go, we have something called the Final Five. They are the last 5 questions of the interview, and they are all about you in this moment right now. Our first one is the who. Who do you speak with the most right now?
Who do I speak with the most? My mom, of course. Come on.
Absolutely. Quarantine, I mean, it's good to keep in contact with the mom. You have to.
Sure, you have to.
What
Absolutely.
item other than your phone do you have with you every day?
My mask.
Oh, that's a good one. A lot of the country's going to be really happy to hear that one. When did you know that music was something you wanted to pursue full time?
When I was introduced to Blink 182.
Oh, okay. Who introduced you to it? What are your earliest memories of Blink 182?
My earliest memory of Blink 182 would be I was actually really into Green Day first, and then I kind of switched on over to Blink 182. And who introduced me to them? I don't know. It was just like they were just popular when I was growing up, and I just like found them. I think with all the small things, like their hits introduced me, and then I just fell down the rabbit hole and just fell in love with every bit of them.
Where is your dream vacation?
Ooh, Japan.
Yes, so much great culture there. Got to check it out at some point.
Yep.
And final question, how do you define success?
I define success by just committing your life to your purpose. That's about it.
That's what you have to. I mean, you can't go through life without chasing the things that matter to you and that give you that feeling of purpose and that you love to do. So, Matt, I'm 100% with you right there. Matt, thank you so much for giving us some of your time today. And guys, the EP is out now. The link is down in the description. Go and check it out ASAP. Thank you so much for giving us some of your time, Matt.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate you.